Hello, and welcome back to my review of the Dragon Momoko 1/100 scale Master Grade Gundam Astray Blue Frame 2nd L. In this part of the review, we're just taking a look at the 2nd L configuration of the kit. And as a side note, I have added a bit of super glue to the joints to make them a bit stiffer when they're in the socket. So in terms of 2nd L components, out of the box you'll be getting the Gundam Astray Blue Frame 2nd L, the tactical arms, 2 effect parts for it, the armor Schneiders, and some Gatling Gun ammo packs. So in terms of the conversion, you'll be popping on a brand new head, 2 new shoulder units, and for the back, you'll be taking off the backpack and attaching on this flap, which you'll be using to attach the tactical arms. You will also be swapping off the back skirt for a completely new one. For the legs, you'll be replacing the shin with the more traditional Astray shin. And for the ankles, you'll be completely taking off the component that holds the blade. There is a completely new part for the back without these 2 pegs protruding, but honestly, I'm too lazy to use them. And for the feet, you'll just be attaching on this new component onto the back. So in terms of Astray Blue Frame designs, my favorites are probably the 2nd L and the 2nd Revise. They are close enough to the base Astray to have all my favorite parts, while having some custom parts like the shoulders and the head to make it a bit more unique. So this isn't too bad looking. I think my least favorite part is probably the head sculpt. It still just looks a bit wonky. So in terms of weapons, the Blue Frame 2nd L only really has the tactical arms. Here it is in its sword form, and this is going to be a copy of the Bandai version. So to turn it into its Gatling mode, you're going to turn the handle 90 degrees and pop out the secondary handle. Then you're going to want to move these fins up like so, and then split the main blade to reveal the main Gatling gun. And then you can just turn the angle of the main blades like so while sliding out the arms. Parts do tend to get detached, but once you do, you're going to have the Gatling gun mode of the tactical arms. The flight mode is going to be very similar. You're just going to pull out the entire handle like so and bend it at an angle. And then for each blade, you can pop a mechanism here to turn it and fold it like so. And now you have it in its flight mode. Attaching it is pretty trivial. You're just going to have a peg here that plugs into the hole on the tactical arms. So here is the Blue Frame 2nd L with the tactical arms attached in its flight mode. And yeah, it does look a bit goofy with a Gatling gun just sticking out on the back, but I do have to say the appearance isn't as bad as I thought. I think the super glue on the joints really helped out because it is now a lot more solid, easy, and fun to pose. So if you take off just the blade of the tactical arms, you'll get a peg and a handle that both slide up, and you'll be able to attach this onto the underside of the arm as an extra blade. But I have to say, I don't really like the overall look of this, and while they do give you an effect part, it doesn't really fit that well. I think it fits a lot better on the Bandai version. Of course, with something this size, you can't really expect to wield it, but you can trick it into resting on the back of the Gundam for a pretty cool flying forward pose. And to nobody's surprise, the best way to pose Gundams with giant swords is on the ground with the sword laying on the ground as a base. I really can't stress enough just how much adding a bit of super glue to tighten the joints helped with posing this kit. Things don't fall off anymore unless they're really small pieces. So this has just been a quick little look at the 2nd L configuration of the Dragon Momoko kit. I figure that anyone who's really interested in this kit is probably doing it for the 3rd configuration. If you really want an Astray Blue Frame with its giant tactical arms, I'd say just go for the Bandai retail version. This is basically a carbon copy and it feels inferior in every way. Of course, I can't stress enough just how much adding a bit of super glue to the joints, specifically to the legs to the waist joint, as well as the arm into the shoulder joint. It really helps that your limbs aren't falling off every other minute when you're trying to pose the kit. The Bandai version also comes with a small action base 1 to help pose the sword, while this only has the clear base, and since the sword is basically heavier than the Gundam itself, it does tend to have weight issues where it's going to topple over. So overall, this is pretty much an inferior copy of the Bandai version. If you're going to get the Dragon Momoko kit, this feels like a fun little extra that you can maybe use the spare pieces and give your regular blue frame a second tactical arms or something like that. But if you're looking in the Dragon Momoko kit, it should definitely be for the blue frame 3rd configuration and not the second L. This feels like a fun bonus. So yeah, thank you for watching my review of the Dragon Momoko Gundam Astray blue frame 2nd L/3rd configuration. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.